In the scorching sands of the 3rd century, one empire, one woman, dared to stand against the entire might of Rome. She was Zenobia, the warrior queen of Palmyra. She built an empire from the desert dust. Her armies were feared. Her name was a legend across the known world. But what happens when a legend falls? When defiance meets the full, brutal force of the world's superpower? This is the Arabian Odyssey of Queen Zenobia, and the moment her world came crashing down.
To understand her fall, you must first know her rise. Born into a powerful family in Palmyra, Zenobia was no ordinary princess. She spoke multiple languages, was a fierce horse rider, and was famed for her intellect. Palmyra, the jewel of the desert, stood precisely between the two great powers, Rome in the west and Persia in the east. It became wealthy not through war, but through trade. When her husband, the ruler of Palmyra, was assassinated, Zenobia refused to mourn silently. She stepped forward, not as a regent for her young son, but as the declared queen of Palmyra, taking the title that meant warrior queen. Her destiny was now clear: to restore the glory of the East and to make Palmyra a capital worthy of the world.
Zenobia was not content with mere trade. Her vision was grand, an empire of the East, a true rival to Rome. Under her command, the Palmyrene legions surged across the Middle East, not with gentle negotiation, but with the speed of the desert wind and the force of a sandstorm. First, she conquered Egypt, Rome's most vital grain supply. Next came the rich lands of Asia Minor. Zenobia had achieved what no other Arab ruler had dared. She established an empire stretching from the Nile to the Euphrates. She declared herself Queen of the East, directly challenging Emperor Aurelian in Rome. This was more than war. It was an odyssey of conquest, an unbreakable promise to her people, and a glorious, reckless defiance of the world's superpower. The great desert queen was now at her peak.
Zenobia's glory, however, was as fleeting as the desert bloom. Emperor Aurelian of Rome, a formidable general, could not tolerate this rebellion in the East. His legions marched, not in haste, but with cold, brutal efficiency. The siege of Palmyra began. Zenobia fought with the legendary ferocity of a desert lioness. But Rome's war machine was relentless. Supplies ran out. Hope withered. In a desperate final attempt to rally help from her allies, Zenobia fled the city on a fast camel, hoping to reach Persia. But she was captured by Roman scouts on the banks of the Euphrates River. When the last gates of Palmyra fell, the city was plundered and burned. Zenobia's dream of an Eastern empire, a magnificent Odyssey, was over. Her freedom, her legacy, her entire world lay in ashes. Queen Zenobia was later paraded through the streets of Rome, draped in golden chains. But she was never forgotten. Her defeat was not the end of her story, but the beginning of a legend. She proved that the spirit of the Arabs, the dream of the desert, could challenge the mightiest power on earth. Her courage still echoes through the ruins of Palmyra, a timeless reminder that even the grandest odyssey can end in tragedy, but the bravery lives forever. If you were inspired by Queen Zenobia's defiance, subscribe to Arabian Odyssey and join us as we continue to uncover the most heroic and forgotten tales of the ancient world.